Welcome to the lying rotations, where you are literally going to rotate side to side with your legs. Pretty simple? Yes, it is. But why are we doing this? We're using this to open up our obliques, because a lot of the time when our lats get tight, our obliques take over. So we're actually going to work a weighted exercise plus mobility exercise. So if your obliques are quite tight, we're going to use the lying rotation to rotate and open up your obliques. Then that should give more freedom to your lats. So then when we train the lats, we can actually get a lot more out of it. So this is a really good exercise for when we're doing weighted mobility. The weighted mobility is where we use resistance to improve range of movement, increase strength, because you can do stretches all day, but what you're doing is when you stretch, you actually create weakness in the muscle. We want to do mobility-based movements, or weighted mobility, to improve the range of movement and retain the strength in that muscle. So the good thing about this is we're going to improve your range of movement from session to session, and also look to increase your strength. Recommendation when doing this is you're probably going to want to do, say, unilateral lat pull downs or single arm rows when doing the rotation. Reason being is Petra's lying down, you have an oblique on the right and on the left hand side. So again, if we were to do bilateral rows but then unilateral on the obliques, it doesn't quite make sense. The movements need to work synergistically together. So think, do your left, then your right, and then do your left and right again on this side. So enough about that, let's get into the exercise itself, lying rotations. So lying on the ground, you're going to press your elbows firm into the floor. I prefer up a little bit higher, so I feel a little more engaged in my lats. You're going to bring your feet flat onto the floor. So this is variation number one, feet apart, a little wider than the hips, yep, and then you're going to rock the knees side to side. So lying rotation, just like it says. Now, for Petra, pretty easy stuff. We've been working on this for a few weeks now, so Petra's quite open through this one. Petra doesn't even know how far we're going to progress, so that's the fun part. So watch her struggle. So progression number two, bring your knees up to 90 degrees, and we actually have a foam block here because Petra's going to put it between her legs and squeeze onto it. That's important. You can even use a rolled up towel, or if you don't have anything, use a watermelon. Just don't squeeze too hard or now same thing is here, but if you notice at 90 degrees, knee to hip, that's where we're going to keep the alignment. So Petra's going to bring her knees all the way to the side as far as she can, and then all the way back. Recommendation is to start with the moderate range. So it's like a warm-up set, and each rep you do, you progress a little bit more until you can almost touch the ground. If you touch the ground, you relax and you don't count the rep. Yes. Now, remember, you should be pushing your elbows down. Ooh, you're ready for that one. So if you were relaxing, relax a bit, the arm lifts off, and if we go all the way to the other side, we're not as stable. So that's why we push the elbows down, keeping the shoulders pinned on the floor. If your shoulders are lifting, that means you're probably not going to be utilizing the lat and the shoulder to stabilize as much. Really get them down, so you're forcing the, keep going, cheater, getting tired. You're really forcing it to open up from the hip to the oblique to the lat, not from the shoulder. Now, feeling good? Awesome. So if you're feeling good from there, what you can do is variation three, well, one of three, is to straighten out your left leg. Your left, not mine. Again, we've got to keep the knees at 90 degrees. So bring the legs up, both knees, not just one. So we're squeezing from the knees now, and we're going to go all the way over to the right. So with having one leg straight, we're increasing the resistance on that side, and then we come back up. Yes! And then we're going to change legs. So you can see with Petra's face, it is incredibly easy. Of course, push your arm down, push your arm down, push your arm down, and back up. Same thing, adjustable range. Easy, right? So let's go to progression number 4 or 3-2. Straighten out both legs, squeeze the thighs together. Now, a lot of people will dorsiflex. I recommend you point, because again, we're working the obliques, not the hamstrings. So let's go again, leg up to 90 degrees. If you can't get this range, recommend supersetting this with dead bugs, and maybe don't do this variation because it's not working for your body, because we can see Petra is fatiguing. But if we were to do it, let's assist, we would go all the way to the side as far as we can, stop, and then come back up. So with Petra, we can see this is where her limit is. So we would probably work on the version where one leg is straight and one leg is bent. Yes, and that is the lying rotation variations. Enjoy. Yeah.